What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Training Stage Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, and joining me tonight is...
Slowy Joey.
And...
John.
We got an episode tonight, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
I don't know what kind of episode this is, because I'll usually say we got a good episode, we got an exciting episode, but I'm not really sure what tonight's episode is.
Well, I have stuff to talk about on this episode.
Do you want to start with that, or do we want to get into some headlines?
Well, I have a lot to say. I will say this, though. Like, I'm going to talk about, because I got a new system recently.
I wonder which one!
Oh, me too! But, like, I don't know what it is, but there's always some fucking shit that happens whenever I go out and buy a new system. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yep.
Like, the only system I never had a goddamn problem with was, like, the 3DS and the Vita or whatever, because, I mean, that shit's simple, but it's always the goddamn, like, home consoles that give me fucking problems. But anyway, more on that later.
Yeah. So, we got some headlines here. John suggested we try something different. Every week, there's always these little stories that we pull together, but they never have really too much substance. So, we have a list of 6 topics. I am just going to go through them all really quick, like lightning round fast, and then we're going to pick one of them to really discuss. So, here we go. Number 1, Uniqlo Nintendo clothing line makes you want to be a kid or a woman. Number 2, Night Trap. Yeah, Joey. Number 2, Night Trap 25th Anniversary Edition announced for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Is it Xbox One?
I think so too, yeah.
Okay, so PS4, Xbox One. Night Trap is, of course, the Sega CD cult classic. Number 3, I Am 8-Bit will be releasing a Persona 5 vinyl soundtrack. Number 4, Drive Girls coming to Europe on May 26th. Number 5, Overwatch officially reaches 30 million registered players. And finally, number 6, Nintendo Switch's launch title, 1-2 Switch, is close to 1 million copies sold. And John adds, why? And those are the headlines for this week. Now, which topic do we want to discuss here? Everyone take a vote.
1-2 Switch, why the fuck?
John?
I can go with that too, 1-2 Switch.
Okay, let's go with 1-2 Switch then. So 1-2 Switch, do you have the article, John?
Weird. The link that I got it from says it's lost.
Oh. Well, we can just talk about it offhand then.
Maybe it didn't happen.
What the
No, I saw it because being the nerd I am, I looked through all the Nintendo financial reports, and yeah, it is almost to 1 million. Shockingly.
Why would people pay that much money for that shit?
Ooh, Alright,
so...
I got one.
Oh, you got an article.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's the slide I saw, for sure. So yeah, 1-2 Switch has almost shipped nearly 1 million units. Honestly, it's not too much of a shock because it was a launch title. It is like a nice tech demo for what the Joy-Cons can do, but other than that, I mean, what else does the thing do? Not much. You know? That game really doesn't have much substance outside of the fact that it was a launch title and that it has really cool, unique HD rumble features that no other game really has. I'm interested to see what you guys think of why 1-2 Switch is doing well.
It should have just been a pack-in for one.
Yeah, yes. Definitely.
What was Joey going to say?
But now I'm curious, just how many, just how big of a casual audience own the Nintendo Switch? Because here I was thinking only the fucking hardcore of the hardcore Nintendo fans have this system at the moment.
No.
Oh, but you can't even find the fucker. How could any other casual person be like, oh yeah, I definitely own one? At least at this moment, at this point in time, what I don't understand.
I think there's a nice mix because there's such an interest in it. Like, maybe casual people will go out and line up for it. I think the NES Classic Edition was a good example of that. Like, there were tons of casual people lined up. I was the only hardcore Nintendo fan in that line for the NES Classic Edition. Everyone else was either old people or families, or people in their 20s that haven't played a video game since they were 5. You know?
I'm still just weirded out by this concept. Because it's like, it hasn't been this way since the Wii. Like, the Wii U just kind of came out and everyone didn't really give a fuck. I'm sort of in that mindset. Like, this is just fucking weird.
Yeah, I think it kind of came out of nowhere that the Switch is gonna do really well. I mean, I think we all thought it was gonna do decently, but not, 2 months in, still can't find it anywhere. Kind of availability.
But what I was gonna say is, like, I'm just kind of surprised that, like, people went out and bought this thing because, like, I figured anyone in their right mind would know that, like, once you switch, just looking at it, it's just like, why would you get this? Why the fuck would you get this than to torture yourself on Twitch for millions, or, thousands of people to watch you, just, like, I can't see any reason why anyone would get this.
I would say that's
just like out of morbid
reason to get the game.
Morbid curiosity, and that's it.
I don't know. Maybe it's a good party game. I don't know. Like, I don't play a lot of party games, but I will say this, and I don't think anyone can disagree with this. This is the weakest Nintendo launch party game ever. Like, no doubt about it. Cause at least Wii Sports was fun, and you could kinda keep going back to it, and then Nintendo Land was great, if you ask me. Like, that game really holds up well.
I would argue and say that, like, if we're not counting, like, first-party Nintendo titles, like, Super Mario World, Super Mario, 64, all those games, like, I would even go as far to say that, like, excluding those types of games, like, Wii Sports is probably, like, one of the best of those type games.
What, launch titles?
Yeah, launch titles.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Wii Sports is a really good game.
But that was packaged with the system.
Yeah, it was with the system, too. Like, you bought the Wii for, $250 it launched at, and you got a great game with it? Like, yeah, of course, that's a no-brainer. I think that's one of the big reasons why the Wii did well, is because it came packaged with the game. People mostly played on it.
Yeah.
Because the thing about the Wii is, like, the Wii's hardware sold really well, but it didn't have a huge software attach rate to it, especially towards the end of the life of the Wii. Like, people didn't buy a lot of Wii games. And
because
if they did...
I mean, at that point, it was just like, we've done this already. There's nothing else anyone can make that could surpass the shit that we've already played.
Right.
Carnival games for the 5th fucking time.
Oh, Carnival games, yes!
Because, that's what people bought.
Everyone had Carnival games. Everyone had Carnival games. It was kind of sickening how many people had Carnival games.
I mean, people had to have bought that shit, otherwise they wouldn't have made so many of those shovelware games on the Wii. Like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they made a ton of those games. And a huge factor to that is that they were cheap to make. Now, all those people that made really bad Wii shovelware games are likely making really bad shovelware iPhone games right now.
Or they're just bankrupt.
Oh, yeah, or that. That's kind of sad. But yeah, 1-2 Switch, almost 1 million units. I'm sure it'll hit 1 million as more people get Switches, more cashies get the Switches. Them swatches.
The 5th worst game on the Switch, apparently by Metacritic.
Ooh. What is the worst game on Switch right now?
That isn't like a crappy port, like mobile type thing. Has Been Heroes.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Man.
Huh.
What is its Metacritic score?
52.
Oh, man. Oof. I didn't think that game really would resonate with people too much.
I mean, if we're talking about, like, first-party games, though, 1-2 Switch is the worst, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 3 first-party games right now. It's really not that hard of a thing to say.
I think, I think it's locked up that position pretty well. I think it's going to stay there for a while. It's too bad I couldn't really tell you guys about Drive Girls.
Oh. Bummer.
That'll happen after the show.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Do we want to move on to the main topics?
Sure.
No.
So we're going back to Nintendo's fiscal annual reports. And Nintendo out of nowhere announced the new 2DS XL, which will retail for $149.99 US. It is a Nintendo 2DS, but this time it's not really ugly. It has a closing lid on it. And it's probably what the 3DS should have been all along.
Isn't it basically a 3DS without the 3D function, though?
It is a 3DS XL, a new 3DS XL without the 3D. That's all it is. It's the same exact processors, same exact everything.
So it's basically what I have now. Because
Without
I don't really,
3D.
because I don't use my 3D.
Yeah, pretty
No one
much.
uses their 3D.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't use it. I haven't used the 3D on it since the 3DS came
Wow,
out.
this is so cool. I'm not going to use this ever again now.
Yep, that was me. That was me. I was like, wow, I'm so excited about this glasses-free 3D, and then it's just like, oh, well, that's neat. I'm just gonna turn it off and
I don't give a fuck.
play
man.
Pilot Wings now, because that's what launched with the 3DS was Pilot Wings.
But hey, the new 3DS
Good
sure
times.
had better
Good
3D. I used it for Majora's Mask for 5 minutes.
And then turn it off.
Again.
I
yes.
used the 3D for Fire Emblem Fates to look at the title screen. I was like, oh, that's really pretty. That looks really nice, and I turned it off.
Hey, Fire Emblem benefits the most from the 3D, I think.
The only game you really have to use the 3D for is Super Mario 3D Land, I think. Just because of the perception of it. Like, you kinda have to use it at times.
Oh, that game is so good.
Yeah, it is a good game.
I'm just
For sure.
I'm just trying to scroll back through all of my Twitter history to find those tweets that I said over and over again where I'm like, I know what's going to happen to the 3DS. People are not going to use the 3D. Like, eventually it's just going to fall out and no one uses it at all. And we're going to have a 2DS because that's what I want. Just give me a 2DS. And then they put out 2DS and it was a doorstop. This ugly bullshit toy looking thing.
That thing is so ugly.
Yeah.
God, that original 2DS was the worst.
I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know what they were thinking about that either.
It looked like one of those Tiger handheld game systems, or I say that in quotes, you know, like those cheap games that aren't actually games. It's just painted on there. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Did you ever get one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks exactly like that. In my opinion.
What a nasty design. But this 3DS, the new 2DS XL, what a name. What a name.
I would buy
It's $150 US. It comes out July 28th alongside Hey Pikmin and Miitomo. Both of those are coming out with the system.
Miitomo, what?
Oh, Miitopia.
Okay, I was going to say...
Yeah, well, all these Mii games, they kind of blend together.
Yeah.
Miitopia, yeah, that comes out July 28th.
Is that the one where Bill is the villain?
Yep. Yep.
Bill!
Bill! You're fired!
Anyway!
Oh. What? What? Anyway, I think the design's really nice on the thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a really attractive design. If I did not have a 3DS XL, I would probably buy one of these, but since I am very comfortable with my nice golden Majora's Mask 3DS, I think I will pass.
Fuck you, by the way.
Yeah? Yeah?
You know, I've been wanting to get another new 3DS XL. So, you know, maybe I'll get a 2DS XL instead.
Don't you have the Yoshi one?
Yeah.
I've
But,
always liked that one.
I mean, it's not the new one.
And
I want the new one.
it's not the one with the C stick on it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I cringe every time you have to say new. Like, it's so fucking
But there's
terrible.
a difference. One plays Xenoblade and the other doesn't.
I forget what other game is. Oh yeah, that new Fire Emblem game is going to be exclusive. The Warriors one.
Oh yeah,
that's a new 3DS exclusive.
I forgot that was going to be a 3DS game.
Yep, and it's going to be bad.
Also, it
is.
It has amiibo support. Yeah. So that means you can only get the Fire Emblem playable characters in Codename Steam if you play on the new 3DS. So yeah.
Well, that's not true because they actually do sell a little portal you can use for the original 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious. They sell that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
So technically you could get it on the old 3DS. But it's not nearly as convenient or fun.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately for me, if I still wanted to venture into getting certain 3DS games like Persona Q, then I'd end up getting the 2DS X. I'm not saying new. It is gonna be like exactly like whatever like you suggested, the Xbox One X or the Xbox One Elite. This is the exact same shit where it's new 2DS XL.
The new Xbox One.
God. And the worst part, it's not even like just the name. It's also you have to picture in your head that little sprite that they have for it. The font that's almost Comic Sans and the rainbow little things that spiking out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing they have on the Amiibo logo too.
Yeah. Oh, God.
420 blazes, a caption at the bottom.
Yep. But anyway, you guys want to move on?
Sure.
Yes.
IGN broke some news this week. Darksiders 3 is officially being developed by THQ Nordic and Gunfire Games, and has been announced for some time in 2018 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The game is set to be an open-world action-adventure game that focuses on exploration, and environmental puzzles. It will continue the series' staple hack-and-slash combat with a new protagonist, Fury. It is set around the same time as the events of Darksiders 2, which was released almost 5 years ago, and will follow Fury's quest to destroy unique physical versions of the 7 deadly sins. Gunfire Games includes multiple ex-Vigil Games employees who worked on the original 2 Darksiders games. So it's pretty much being made by the same people that made the original 2 games with THQ.
Alright. Can I say something?
Sure.
I always got this fucking series confused with Dark Souls.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Weird.
How is that weird? I mean, didn't they both come out around the same time? Had similar names? Like, can you blame me?
Not really.
I had zero interest in both of them, so it's like, you know. So I was like, which one's the one that people complain about again? Is it Dark Souls or Darksiders, you know?
I forget which game I used to confuse like that, because there was a game series that I used to really mix up all the time.
Pokemon and Digimon?
No, it wasn't that. It was something else.
Only our parents got confused by that stuff.
No, Mom, Digimon has Pikachu.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I have played Darksiders 2. I think it was either the first or the second one. I don't even fucking remember. It was like a free, it's like an Xbox, Gold or whatever game. So I played like 5 minutes of that. I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. This is like God of War. And then I just stopped playing it. So there you go. There's my 2 cents.
I want to say it was like Dead Space or something that I always mixed up.
Dead Space?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. That I got mixed up all the time.
I think I got...
Oh, no. No. You know what? I remember what it was. It was Fallout and Far Cry. Those were the 2 I always mixed up for some reason. I don't know what it was about those games that I mixed up all the time, but I just did.
I kind of had the same trouble with Dead Space, now that you mention it, and Resistance Fall of Man.
Oh, interesting.
Which I know they don't sound similar, but they have like the same... They have like a similar premise.
Yeah, and they look similar too. They're both kind of grittier shooters.
Yeah.
I know a good amount of people who got mixed up quite a bit was Infamous and Prototype.
Huh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Understandable.
Yeah, I guess you could mix those up. In terms of its gameplay, you probably could.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Have either of you played Darksiders?
I have not, but it's a series I want to get around to.
John?
I haven't. I don't have too much interest, but I could.
Okay. So, cause like, I'm not even sure if the games had world exploration like the previous two ones, so, if they were to implement that into a third game, that actually kind of sounds kind of interesting, you know? But it makes me wonder at the same time, are we going to be at some point where world exploration games are just going to be like, you know, the new big thing that everyone's going to try and do, and we're going to just see an abundance of those type games in the future?
Isn't it already a thing?
I mean like an overabundance of it. I mean, it's kind of getting ridiculous at this point, but it's like, will it continue to get more ridiculous?
Yeah, I think so. I think that open world games are the thing to do, and I think people are going to take that and run with it. And
are we going to get tired of it though? I wonder.
It's a bubble bound to bust.
I'm already tired of it, to be honest with you. Like, I look forward to the shorter games. I like open world games, but I really do look forward to like smaller little titles. That's why games like Mario Kart came out this past week, ARMS, and the new Crash game, like those are games that I'm really looking forward to because they're short. I know I can get through them really quickly and have a good time with them. Then you got games like Horizon that are like, oh, I gotta put 60 hours into this.
Horizon, Elder Scrolls, Mass Effect.
It's,
previous games.
It's like the bubble that we keep expecting to burst for hero movies. Like, as long as they're good, you can keep them around, but there's but so long you can be exposed to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially on the level that we're being exposed to it now.
Three new Marvel movies this year.
Wow, is it really 3 of them?
Yep.
I guess, yeah.
2 DC.
Guardians, Spider-Man, and Thor, yeah.
Yep.
And 2 DC.
Dang.
Yeah, but we don't care about them.
Yeah, we don't care about... No! You're going to talk about DC around here.
Yeah, fuck you, Zack Snyder.
I wonder if Wonder Woman will turn out okay.
I think so.
We all know Justice League is going to be absolutely terrible.
Oh, I can't wait. I do want to see it just to see how bad it is.
I'm at least hoping for the fun terrible. Because at least from what the trailers are showing, I'm just like, I can at least enjoy it in some way.
So you mean like Transformers, basically?
The fact that Aquaman is being this type of character, yeah, I could try.
I have hopes for Wonder Woman, at least.
I do too.
I think Wonder Woman will be the one that turns out okay.
Which is weird to say.
At the very least, we got her theme, which is so awesome.
So, Darksiders 3, 2018. I'm sure that'll be a fall game.
We talked about everything but fucking Darksiders.
Well, what is there really to... I don't think any of us really have anything particular to say about it, because none of us have played the other games.
Yeah, I think Rob's getting triggered, though, right now as we speak.
Why, is he a Darksiders fan?
Yeah, he's the one that he posted it in the Skype going like, hey guys, this shit's happening, yeah!
Oh.
And nobody answered him.
No, well, yeah, yeah, isn't that typical?
Maybe. just somewhere out there, Rob's thinking to himself, I'm gonna kick Joey's butt tomorrow.
So, Rob is officially Sandy Cheeks of the group.
Yeah!
Yeah! So you guys want to talk about racing games?
If it's Mario Kart.
It's not Mario Kart.
Oh, you lost me.
Okay. There's a new game coming from the creators of Burnout. Burnout creators announced Danger Zone for PS4 and PC. John, you want to sing the song?
Oh my god. This makes me so... Have you guys played the Burnout series at all?
No.
Yeah, a bit.
I think I've seen it before, though.
PS2.
Takedown?
That's where I go.
Or Takeout?
I don't remember which one, to be honest. If I look up the names of them, I probably would remember.
Because the big one that everyone ends up talking about is Burnout 3 Takeout, Takedown. I forgot which one it was.
It was Revenge. That's the one I played.
Oh. I forgot that one exists.
Yeah.
And then
I know I didn't play these first two.
Very
Man,
few.
it's been that long.
It's been a while.
2008. Wow. Okay.
It's been a hot minute.
Yikes.
Though Burnout Paradise was supported for an obscene amount of time. I think they supported it like 4 years altogether.
Huh.
After its launch.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, Three Fields Entertainment, a studio made up of former Burnout franchise developers, has announced Danger Zone, a new 3D racing game. It's out digitally for PS4 and PC via Steam in May for $13 US. I haven't seen any gameplay from it, but looking at this picture, it looks pretty rad.
It is the crash mode that was supposed to happen when they did on Xbox Live a Burnout Crash only thing that turned out to be absolute garbage.
Have they announced a date for this game?
They have not.
Huh. And it's coming out this month?
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? Just shadow drop it? That's interesting.
Seems like it. I imagine this is just them testing the waters with something that they just needed to get out there. Because this is something that people have been wanting for a while. Because, like I said, the Xbox version, I think it was just Xbox only, of Burnout Crash that came out was a complete disaster that kind of tainted the series in a way for a lot of people. It just left a really, really bad taste in people's mouth. After that came out. And there was nothing after that. It was still being, Burnout Paradise was still being supported in some way, but otherwise there was not much else to happen. So with this happening, get a proper crash mode that is just...
This seems really interesting. For $13, this looks really top notch.
Oh yeah. They know
interesting.
They know what they're doing with this. Like this is their shit. It's just,
it looks like it, honestly.
It's just, if they get enough support and get enough people to buy it, I imagine they'll immediately jump to an actual full-fledged game that'll have the...
Oh, I hope so. Cause this looks really neat. It looks like all kinds of, destruction type of modes.
Yes.
That's really appealing. Like, that's really cool.
It is just, they put you in a car at the start of a road, and they just have intersections crossing by, jumps and bridges and stuff. And as soon as you hit any car, everything goes in it goes slow motion. You have control of your car in the air as it's crashing, and you're trying to make as much destruction as possible. And it creates chain reactions. And if you get enough meter, you can blow up your car to make you go even further and blow up even more things. It's just ecstasy. It harkens back to the PS2 pure fun times that we keep talking about.
Yeah, because it's coming back, and that's what we're always talking about. Like with games like Yooka-Laylee and Crash Bandicoot, which the more they show that Crash remaster, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great.
Did you see the GIF of Crash?
The idle animation?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, so good. I was reading through some of the Twitter comments on those, and they're like, I'm so glad Crash isn't gonna dab. Yeah, I was like, thank you. Thank you.
I wouldn't have been happy about that.
Oh, that would have been awful. But yeah, game comes out in May. We'll be keeping an eye on that one for sure. Want to talk about one of John's favorite companies?
Ooh.
Capcom teases a major title due out before March 31st, 2018. Capcom plans to launch a quote-unquote major title before March 31st, 2018, the end of their fiscal year. Capcom listed it in its strategies and plans overview for the next fiscal year. It's unknown whether it is an announced title, such as Long Dormant, Deep Down, or Resident Evil 2 Remake, or something completely new. Capcom expects to ship Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite this September. So,
I got baited. I thought you were legitimately like my favorite company. Oh, Atlas or something? What's good? Oh yeah, I forgot. I put up the Capcom thing.
Yep. I know you kind of got a little surprise in your voice, like, oh, really? Oh, it's just Capcom.
It's just Capcom.
So, any guesses on what this might be?
The disappointment.
Oh no.
I guess that means the Dante would be one that Rob likes.
Oh, shit.
Dang.
You said it in chat, Silas, so I was like, yeah, that's pretty much the game I'm thinking it's gonna be. So
I think it's Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I think they will announce it at E3. It's been rumored since last year when the voice actors were kind of posting stuff like mocaps, like, hey, we're working on this cool game, I wonder what it is. And it's pretty obvious that it's Devil May Cry. So I think we'll see it at E3 and it'll be announced probably around the time Resident Evil came out this year. Like that January slot. January slot for sure is like a good place to put that.
The question is, if it is Devil May Cry,
it's old school Devil May Cry.
will this be as awful as the fighting games that Capcom has been released, or will it be as good as Resident Evil 7 apparently is?
No, it won't be as bad as the fighting games.
it won't be as bad as fighting games.
No way.
Because
man, Dead Rising 4 was a disappointment.
Yeah, but was it a bad game?
And we already got Resident Evil 7, that's a good one, so we gotta go with the thing, one's good, one's bad.
Is Dead Rising 4 a really bad game per se, though?
It's not
mediocre.
a terrible game. Yeah, it's just mediocre, but it's just such a travesty to fans. Like, it completely nullifies any love for the rest of the series, sadly.
I think Devil May Cry, whatever they call it, will come out and it'll be a good game. I think that I don't know if it'll be as impactful as what Resident Evil 7 did, because that was a fantastic game. But I don't think it'll come out and be this huge disappointment like Street Fighter V was.
You hope?
We can only hope.
I was going down, while I was making that list of the headline thing, I saw 3 articles, 3 from Destructo, almost back to back. And first one was how Overwatch is like an amazing success and why. Then it said Battleborn and why it's a good game that is massively flawed for one big reason. And then Street Fighter V and why it's a good game and why we should shit on it and not get Marvel pre-ordered. Man. Capcom.
Oh, Capcom. So yeah, an announced title, we'll probably see it at E3, whatever it is. They bring up a good point, though, this article that I was reading. That Resident Evil 2 Remake, where's that at? Like, that kind of just disappeared.
Yeah.
Wonder if that just ended up getting canceled.
Just like the Marvel vs. Capcom fan base. Sorry, did I stretch for that one? Sorry. I'm just trying to be funny.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Resident Evil 2 Remake is something they just shadow drop. Like, here it is. It's out.
Yeah, you get like a week or 2 of hype.
Buy it or whatever.
I wonder how big the remake is, though. That's my big question.
It turns out it's just what Square Enix did with Final Fantasy VII at first.
Yeah.
It's just...
Can you even consider that a remake? That's just a port. A lazy one at that.
But we took it from the PC version.
Oh, PC version. That makes it so
But a successful port at that.
Oh, man. So, yeah. New Capcom game 2018. Get hyped, maybe?
Nah. I'm good.
You know what we can get hyped for?
Yeah?
Sony's E3 2017 press conference has been officially dated. Mark your calendars for June 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern for the PlayStation E3 Media Showcase for 2017.
Oh, baby.
All right, let's
Here we
hear it.
go.
Just get it out of the way, you guys. Just fucking do it. Just do it, okay? Just do it. Just get it over with, all right?
So, Joey, you gonna join us this time?
No! Just out of spite. Just out of spite, too. I'm not gonna watch it. Look, I actually remembered what happened last year. I think
you had family over.
Well, no,
and you forgot
actually,
it was on.
No. It's not that at all. Actually, I knew it was on, and I just got the timing wrong. I literally, whenever I realized, like, oh, wait a minute, I got the time totally fucked up. There was like maybe 10 more minutes left of the thing, so I was just like, oh well, you want to go do something? Whoever my company was that was with me at the time, I think it was my cousin.
Oh. It was your cousin.
You mean time zones? You got wrong.
Yeah, you got the time zones on.
That was what happened, and that was the reason why I didn't watch it.
We will not make that mistake this year. We will say, Joey, this is when it's airing your time.
That was the reason why, okay? So it wasn't even like I intentionally said, fuck this. It's just that it was a big mistake. And then I just never went back and watched it. I just watched, like, the trailers or whatever. And then everyone gave me shit for it. I'm just like,
Look,
have you seen the God of War trailer yet?
No, I don't think so. Because I never really gave a shit about God of War.
Yeah, but that trailer... See, John's even like, oh no.
And I will continue to leave it unwatched just to continuously spite you.
Joey, you'll watch that trailer and your heart will feel things.
Well, we're going on a year now, baby, so... You're gonna have to force me.
That's okay.
You didn't want to win anyway?
You're just missing out on a really good trailer.
All right. I guess I'll suffer for it, in quotes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, John, are you hyped for this year's PlayStation E3 conference?
Bet your fucking ass I am.
Will they have Year of Dreams number 3?
I didn't even want to say anything this time. I'm tired of doubting. Like, I'm tired of doubting, but I don't want to predict it.
I think, kind of an early prediction here. I can't wait for our E3 predictions, by the way. That episode's gotta come soon.
Oh, boy.
Because I'm getting hyped. But, I don't think they're gonna be so, focused like they were last year, but I think the content's all gonna be really good. And I say that because there's so many really high-profile, big third-party games coming out this year, and there really wasn't last year, you know?
Yeah.
They have Destiny 2, which is obviously going to be a huge deal for them, because they have the partnership. Call of Duty will probably get the same treatment it got last year, little trailer, little snippet of it. But other than that, their first-party stuff is probably going to be really heavily focused on God of War, Days Gone, Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human.
Oh, man.
And
forgot about that.
And I would not be surprised if they also unveil Sucker Punch's game at this conference.
Will we see Red Dead? Or will they keep it for themselves?
I think we'll see Red Dead at Sony's conference.
You know what I think we'll see?
I think they will actually see Red Dead.
Well, actually, we might not see it at E3, actually, now that I think about it.
What's that?
What is it?
Bully 2.
Mm.
I'm not even joking about that. Like, there's a lot of rumors going around for that. So, and I could totally see it coming. I just don't think, like, now in hindsight, I just don't think they would bring that into E3 because we haven't even seen anything on Red Dead Redemption 2 yet. So
yeah. I don't think they're going to even talk about whatever their next game is until after Red Dead's out for a while.
Yeah.
Red Dead is their focus, and they really should focus on Red Dead because the game looks great.
But man, I can't wait for Bully 2, dude.
They need to show gameplay for Red Dead though. I'm sick of waiting because all they did was show that one trailer. E3's the time, you guys. Show us some gameplay. It's coming out this year, right?
And yet, I would still take the bet to say that they wouldn't show it at E3 and show it on their own YouTube randomly out of nowhere because that's what they always do.
That's true. They might.
They keep things so close to the chest all the time. Like, nothing leaks from Rockstar at all.
No.
Ever.
Besides Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Because that map leaked. Showing the whole map of the game.
Which is kind of crazy to think. Like,
very uncommon for Rockstar, for sure.
Yeah. They really keep things close to the chest.
They're about as secretive as Nintendo is.
Yeah.
Because, like, I find it interesting between those two companies.
Nintendo doesn't really keep their secrets under wraps, though, do they? You know, if Super Smash Bros. Is any indicator.
Nintendo usually has a lot of secrets under their belt, and their games never drop in price. Rockstar's like the same exact way. They're always very secretive about their games, and their games never drop in price.
To be fair, though, for their games, like, the demand is always high.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't, their games don't flounder.
No, they don't. And I doubt I doubt Red Dead will. I think Red Dead is going to be
that's going to be good.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit this holiday. If it comes out. I hope it does, but we'll see.
Delayed to spring.
Now my big question is, will we see some Japanese games on the show floor? Or at the media showing? Particularly Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes. Why are we doing predictions?
With a playable lightning.
I got one more prediction for me. Kingdom Hearts 3 gets shown, and then more details this winter.
Yeah,
with a caption.
And we all groan
with a caption under it saying "wrecked."
And then it just has a link to that fan fiction with Riku and Eggman underneath it,
with Chains of Stupidity under that one.
Yep.
Even if they did drop a date, we would all, like, the crowd would go, oh, and then everyone's just like, oh yeah, it's where, never mind.
It's gonna get delayed.
It's just not, it's not real. It's not real.
They're gonna show a date, like, it'll be like December, so-and-so, you know, like, beginning of December. And then we're like, oh yeah, awesome, yeah, it's gonna be out.
I'm afraid to announce that we're canceling Kingdom Hearts 3 and instead using the ideas from the game to make Kingdom Hearts 4.
But what happened to Sora?
Who gives a shit?
Gorsh.
We have a new character, Boro.
I see what you did there.
They gotta be super scummy about it if they actually are gonna stick to a date. Like, it's gonna come out at this holiday, this end of this year, and they say pre-order bonus, Donald and Goofy. You have to pre-order bonus Donald.
Like, as party members?
No, if they really want to do DLC like that, get Elsa and Olaf as your partners.
Piglet Sanchez.
But the Japanese people would eat that up.
Because
Olaf.
Apparently Frozen is, like, even more popular in Japan or something.
Yeah, it's
which
huge
is
in
really
Japan.
weird to think, because it's already, like, overplayed here just to death. Oh,
Yep.
it's crazy.
Do you guys want to talk about the other side of gaming?
No,
The little Xbox talk. So Phil Spencer has been talking a lot to the press in interviews leading up to their big E3, and he claims that big story-driven games such as Horizon Zero Dawn and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild don't have the same impact anymore, and that multiplayer games are more prominent in the industry. Now, while he has a point, many people took it as Phil talking bad about Horizon and Zelda.
Salty much?
But he clarified that he just says that that's the way he views the industry, and that him himself is more of a single-player gamer than a PvP-oriented one. And to that I say...
And you're on Xbox?
And why are you saying this? Because you don't have anything to show for it.
Damn.
Like, what do you...
You
what
canceled
kind of game?
your last single-player game.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, Horizon and Zelda, they're not that relevant. They don't have the same impact. That's why Zelda's probably one of the most influential games of this generation. Yeah, okay. That's why Horizon's one of Sony's best-selling IPs now? Okay, sure.
Oh, God.
That's why Halo Wars 2 completely flopped? Okay, sure.
Phil, and I know you weren't there that entire time, but I hope you realize, like, the entire life of the Xbox 360 and into the Xbox One, at least when, you know, they had games releasing for it, you were hardcore on the fact that we are the best when it comes to multiplayer games. And you say this shit, it doesn't come off a little, you know, a little skeezy.
Hey man, if they can come out at E3 and they can show us that Crackdown 3 is the best single-player game to buy this holiday, then maybe he's got a point, but I doubt that.
I doubt it.
Or State of Decay 2.
We're not even going to see a trailer of Cuphead. That's my prediction, by the way. We're not even going to see a trailer.
Ooh, wow.
It is not even going to show. Like, you'll see a montage, and it'll have the old footage, and we ain't going to see shit.
By the way, was I the only one that got the delay prediction right?
Yeah. Unless it gets shadow dropped, which I doubt.
Because I think they said Cuphead spring, right? So like, it's pretty much we're going into summer.
Yeah. So you got that.
Not even a fucking mention. It's like at this point, it's kind of like you know, the grass is green, the sky is blue, and Cuphead's gonna get delayed.
Cuphead's gonna get canceled.
I'm waiting for that too.
Oh, I hope not. I hope that game.
I could see it happening though.
I wouldn't be
could
shocked,
totally
yeah.
see it. Unfortunately,
I mean, because they did show Scalebound on stage at E3 last year, and they had Kamiya on stage showing it, and then 6 months later they're like, "Yep, it's done. We're canceling it." It's just yeah, and it serves them right, and I just find it so funny because. They were like, yeah, Scalebound wasn't really doing it for us, and then Nier Automata sells, like, freaking amazing on PS4.
Yeah,
that they were just
they're probably
regretting that decision.
They're probably beating themselves up over that shit.
And, like, Nier Automata wasn't even Platinum's A team, it was, like, the B team that did it.
Yep.
It wasn't the C team, which is the licensed game team, but it was, like, their B team that did that.
It's
insanity.
I will say though, for Nier Automata, like that is such a perfect storm of events to happen. It's still kind of mind-boggling to see how it's gone. Like in any other situation, it either would have been a failure of a game and of sorts. I would say like you get more of the Platinum problems, more of the Nier problems, or it wouldn't have sold. Which
and it
could have been
did both.
It could have been extremely likely to just have not sold and have been another cult game, another one for Platinum to have to just deal with like that. But no, it sold. It's kind of weird, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is in a really weird position right now.
That's why Phil's saying shit like this.
Yeah, that's why he really. I don't know what Phil's intentions were. I think he respects those games because I do respect Phil as Xbox because we would have been in a lot different position if Don Matrick was still running Xbox.
Will we even still have a fucking Xbox?
That's a good question. Like Phil is a really smart guy. He knows what he's doing at Xbox, but he really should not be talking about the competition's games when he doesn't have anything to show for Xbox right now.
Yeah.
Like if he's gonna talk smack or sort of be sly about these other games, I don't even think he's talking smack. I just think he was trying to prove a point that he can't really prove. He should have waited until after E3 when they actually had games to show and release dates to say, hey, look, we got games coming. But they don't.
I mean,
and
even
their only first party game, Halo Wars 2, bombed.
Like, even after Don Matrick left, though, and we got Phil Spencer instead, like, every E3 after that point, like, while it was better than that, you know, the 2013, like, it still wasn't phenomenal. Like, it wasn't really on, like, Sony's level of just, you know, get fucking hyped. Like, it's just been moderate, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think they've had some exciting moments, but definitely not anything mind-blowing like Sony has brought to the table.
It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of strange, like...
I mean, last year's conference was great. They really brought their A game. And then 5 hours later, Sony came to the stage and announced God of War, Days Gone, all these really high-profile games. And then it was just like, oh yeah, Microsoft's was pretty good, but Sony was on a whole nother level.
I just don't think, like, Microsoft really has much to show. As
No,
far
they really
as,
don't.
I mean, as far as the software goes, it doesn't have anything.
I think they will announce a couple new first-party games at their conference.
But where will those go? Will they become, you know, good first IPs? Will they be ones that they've just abandoned like several others in the past?
I've said this before, but I think Rare's working on another new IP outside of Sea of Thieves, and I think that will get shown.
Well, we'll see what happens this year at E3.
Yeah, I hope.
I mean, they're going to show off the Scorpios, at least, so...
I hope they at least announce a release date for Sea of Thieves. I'm really getting tired of waiting for that game.
Yeah, I think this would be, the third year since it was announced?
Second. It was 2015 they announced it.
Yeah, so this will be the third year.
Yeah, I guess this will be the third year at E3. Yeah, you're right.
Link,
Yeah, they need to get that game out, like, this holiday.
Link I just put down is the predictions as they stand right now.
Oh, God. I find it funny how you keep all this stuff.
And my Notepad++ stays with me for, like, it's a blessing.
My bold prediction. Boy, I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Cars 3 Metacritic. Well, not ever. Yeah, number 4 is wrong now. Dang. I did get half of that wrong, though.
Yeah, we talked about it and we said it's
Just completely wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I was actually correct on both of that. Shit. That's fucking great.
As of now, it looks like Joey's gonna have the most right.
What the fuck, dude?
Kingdom Hearts 3 to be released by the end of the year. We'll see about that.
Yeah, I don't.
I think number 4 could be eligible too, or at least hinted at. Maybe not this year, but at some point.
I could see that being like a...
It's gonna happen down the line. Like,
yeah, I think definitely.
Kaplan already talked about it. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna do it at some point," but it's just we're prioritizing the multiplayer stuff right now.
Like it'll be its own product.
Yeah, it'll be a standalone, and it'll be years from now.
Which is great. I think
that still counts, though.
Heck, I'd probably be more into that than the actual Overwatch game.
Well, fuck
having
you
a
too.
single-player campaign.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Joey.
By the way, what I'm talking about is because I didn't make it clear. Like, my prediction was Blizzard will come out and say there will be a new campaign for Overwatch, like just an additional campaign thing. Like, no multiplayer online shit.
Gotcha.
Story.
Right. Yeah. So that's it for the news. Joey.
Yeah?
You got a Nintendo Switch last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell us the story about.
I don't even know where
Nintendo Switch.
I don't even know where to fucking start with this.
Besides the fact that you jumped on one that didn't work out. You want to start there?
I don't want to start it there because that's a bit too far into the story. But I will just say this straight up, like, me getting the Switch was like a total, like, don't get me wrong, I wanted to get a Switch. I wanted to wait on it because I didn't think there was anything really, I mean, other than Zelda, there wasn't really anything worth getting immediately for the Switch. But,
which you're not wrong on that.
Yeah. And I mean, so far, I still think it's kind of, it's kind of barren right now, and I know it will increase in time, but I wanted to get one because of Fire Emblem, because of the new Fire Emblem game that's supposed to come out next year. So I was gonna wait on that, but I was getting some extra days at work for Easter, so I was gonna have like 9 days, and I get paid $10 an hour, so that's approximately like $400, a little more than $400 if you take out taxes. Okay. So I was like, okay, I could totally go out and get a Switch on my next paycheck. So, I go in, work those extra days, get the money. Or actually, I didn't even get the money yet. But I'm like, at this point, okay, next paycheck, go into a Switch. So at some point, it was like the week before it was the week I was going to get paid. I've already told every one of you guys, like, hey, I'm totally getting a Switch. And you guys were like, hey, that's going to be cool, But, come to find out, like, that Monday, I was just looking all this shit up about the Switch, and I'm just like, all this news about it, like, oh, it's hard to find, you can't really find it anywhere, it's not in stock. I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? Nobody told me about this. Like, I had saw it in passing, don't get me wrong, but I thought, like, at this point, they would have some in stock. Like, it had been weeks since I had seen, like, oh, hey, look, guys, there's one on Amazon, like, quick, get it, that type of shit. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, like, maybe there were more in stock. Like, they had at least one lying around somewhere. But, come to find out, I pretty much, took some money out of my savings account just to, because I wanted to go out, look for this thing and secure it, So I go to every single retail store that would be, like, stocking the Nintendo Switch, and all of them, like, basically they laughed at my ass, going like, dude, really, where the fuck have you been? Like, we haven't had a Switch in 3 weeks. And I'm just like, oh, fuck.
What? I think of, like, the cartoons where the character, like, calls or goes to the booth and says, I want a ticket to this, and they look at you and they just start laughing like that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't laugh, but I mean, I could imagine in their mind, like, where the fuck has this guy been? Like, but like, I was in a pissy mood because I was like, well, this just screws up everything. Like, how the hell am I supposed to get this thing now? So later that day, I go on Amazon thinking, like, maybe I could find one that's like, because I know it's not going to be at a retail price. Like, they're going to, bump it up every so much. So I'm just like, okay, I'll go and look for one. And I see that there's a listing for one. They were giving away like 3 new ones for $370 something like that. And I was like, okay, this is shit. I have to pay like $70 extra than I'm, intending to. But as long as I can get one, I am totally fine with paying the extra money. So I go ahead and order it. I didn't have the money in my account to pay for it, though. I at least thought that, like, okay, I could go ahead and just do this, and then tomorrow morning I'll go in and put the money in. Cause I know because it usually is with Amazon, they won't take the money out until it ships. Well, come to find out, I had gotten a message, like, literally a couple hours later saying, like, oh, well, your card declined, etc., etc. So I was like, okay, I gotta hurry this shit up then. I gotta go to the bank as soon as possible. So I get up at like 8 o'clock to go over there and put my money in the account to make it, official and shit. And I go in and resubmit the thing, right? And, it takes my money, okay? Like, almost immediately after I put the money in, which I thought was really goddamn bizarre. That right there was just kind of suspicious to me. That the money was just taken out immediately. So, I didn't know what to think, but at that point I was just like, okay, sweet. I've secured me a Nintendo Switch. That's great. I'm gonna have that to play with at some point. Fun times will be had. And then later that night, I get a message from Amazon saying that, oh, well, we're sorry, but your order was canceled. And I'm just like, okay. So I go and check my bank account. I'm just like, wait, where the fuck is my money? And then I pretty much just like had a rage fit because this shit has never happened to me before on Amazon. Like, I have never like just had anything canceled and just my money gone just like that. And so I was just like fucking fuming. Like, what happened to my money? But, you know, Amazon, like, I send them a message and they assure me like, oh, well, you get your money back as soon as possible. You know, it's just, you know, whatever. Like, they pretty much just give me like the typical response. But at this point, I'm just kind of like, oh man, I really fucking hope I get my money back. Because, couple days, later, I get a message back from the sellers. Cause I didn't buy it straight from Amazon. I bought it from like one of the sellers on their, you know, that's on their site. And they say something to me like, oh, well, our account was, pretty much hijacked. So, yeah, we didn't actually have any switches in. And so at this point, I'm just thinking like, oh my goddamn, are you kidding me? Like, is my money just gone? Is it just fucking gone? Like, what do I do? But, I had to make several visits to the bank because I had to inquire, like, okay, so, like, what happened to my goddamn money? Like, was it taken out? But, you know, eventually my money was returned. I guess it was, like, as Amazon said, you know, just took a little while. But, like, the thing that made it, like, the thing to me that was kind of fishy was that, you know, I think a day or so later after I had inquired to Amazon about it, like, cause I was continuously checking online to see if my money would come back, and it did come back at one point, but like the next day when I checked it, cause I was out looking for more switches, and I checked it again and my money wasn't there, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening here? You know? Like, I'm just so goddamn confused about, like, everything that happened, but it was all resolved. I got my money back. I didn't get a Switch. That was shit. But, it's pretty much just gonna put my money aside and just wait on it and see, like, when will, like, just wait until, cause, I mean, eventually a Switch is gonna show up somewhere. And, sure enough, Tyler told me that Best Buy would be getting a shipment in because of Mario Kart, Deluxe 8 Deluxe, whatever. And so, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to Best Buy, see if this shit's actually happening. And, you know, surprisingly, they told me like, yeah, we're gonna get some in. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And like, but you need to come in like maybe, you may want to get there early, like at 8:30, 30 minutes before the store opens. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm showing up at 7 a.m. or at least as early as possible so that I like ensure that I am gonna make it so that I am insured to get a fucking Nintendo Switch here. And so I dragged my buddy Gavin's ass out there with me because I'm not gonna sit out there all alone. That's just boring as hell. Like, at least it'll pass by. Time will pass by quicker if I have company with me.
Just buy some Taco Bell and spend your time with that.
No!
Shut up, John. Shut up.
But anyway,
I'm not even dealing with
we were waiting outside at Best Buy for like an hour, and then finally, I think, it was like at 8 o'clock, and then I guess it was the manager. He came out and gave me like a flyer that was like, okay, if you like, I guess it was like my golden ticket. But it was basically just a flyer with like advertisements for the games and the Switch and like whatever. But he was like, okay, you gotta come here with this when the store opens before 11 a.m. and get in line, and you will be we will ensure that you get a Nintendo Switch. Like, as long as you're here before this time, it will be yours. And I'm like, okay. So we go to Mickey D's after that and just chill out there. Not Taco Bell, I'm sorry. But,
darn.
We go there, chill out a little. And then finally an hour passes, I get my fucking Switch. And the guy there, I guess he was a Nintendo fan too, because I was wearing a Splatoon shirt, and he was like, "Hey man, I can't wait for Splatoon 2 as well." And he was just telling me like, "Okay, tell all your fucking friends to come here right now, because like There was only like it was just me and some other guy there for the Switch. I was like expecting there to be like not a humongous line or anything, but I was expecting a crowd there, like a moderate sized crowd, but it was just two fucking people. I could have showed up when the store opened and I would have been able to get a Switch. Like, I couldn't believe it. Hindsight is a bitch, right? So there's my story there for that. What I was referencing earlier though, whenever I said like I always have some sort of issue with a new console, like that was my issue. That like that entire story I just told you was my entire issue. Like as far as like getting it hooked up, synced to the internet and all that, I haven't had a humongous problem, but I'm not actually sure how to say this. Because, like, I don't think it's necessarily, like, my internet's problem. Like, I have been having trouble when I was playing Mario Kart 8, but I think that's just more of, like, Nintendo's issue than my issue.
Alright, I got a question for you then, Joey. Do you have your Switch near an aquarium?
I knew you were going to say that, John.
Actually, now that you say that, I have.
Oh, God, Nintendo.
Is that supposed to affect anything?
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I know. I'm just kidding.
No, actually, I know I was reading online, you're not the only one that's had issues with the Wi-Fi. Like, it does not pick up a good Wi-Fi signal for some reason or another.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just like, I mean, I know my internet is like, it's not the best. I wouldn't say it's completely dog shit though.
Yeah.
But with my new consoles, I've always had to like hook it up to an Ethernet cable just for it to work perfectly. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, I was figuring maybe the Switch would have that same issue, but I don't know. It's been really wonky, and I think but it's like you said though, Tyler. I've seen it happen to other people, and it's just their connections and shit get wonky too. So I'm thinking it's more just like a Nintendo issue than it is just my issue. So going into that though, like my review of the system, I guess I haven't even had it a week yet. But, you know, I have Zelda Scrolls and of course I have Mario Kart, and I don't know, I've enjoyed both of those games. I really shouldn't play Zelda Scrolls right now because, you know, I want to play more Persona 5. I'm getting I wouldn't say like I'm getting close to the end, but I'm at least halfway or close to being some, you know, I'm like 60 hours in, you know, I should finish that game before going to Zelda Scrolls, but like, that game is fucking great, man. I could see why everyone like just splooged all over it. I'm just like amazed by almost everything about it. And
yeah, it's magical. It is a magical game.
I don't want it to be like, I don't really want to say this too soon because I haven't put as much time into it as everyone else has, but like if it goes this route though, it already has a good impression on me, and if it keeps giving me a good impression, I think I could actually safely say that this might be the best Zelda game. I won't say it yet until I've beaten it, but it's shaping that way to me.
I've pretty much come to that conclusion myself, like that it is the best Zelda game that they've ever made.
And I mean, like, it's honestly just no competition. Like, while most of the Zelda games have been really good, it's just you've never seen one like this before. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just so expansive compared to previous titles. So, yeah, I've enjoyed my time with that, and Mario Kart isn't really that much different other than like battle mode, which I don't think I've really touched upon yet. Like, I've mainly just been racing around and shit. But, you know, I greatly enjoy that game. I mean, is it worth $60 if you already have the other game? Maybe not, but fuck it, man. I like Mario Kart. I mean, I need something to play on my Nintendo Switch until Splatoon 2 comes out.
Yeah.
And maybe ARMS. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with ARMS.
ARMS.
I think I'm going to wait until, like, you get it and see what your thoughts on it are.
Yeah. I'm there day one for ARMS, for sure.
Or maybe I'll even wait and see if it goes on sale, because it might be a possibility that maybe, just maybe it goes on sale. I don't know.
Maybe.
But we'll see we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Splatoon 2. I'm definitely gonna get Fire Emblem Warriors and Super Mario Odyssey, and I sure as shit can't wait for the next Fire Emblem game next year. So yeah,
I hope that Nintendo announces a couple more games that are interesting during the holidays.
I hope so too.
Besides Odyssey, because like Fire Emblem Warriors it's okay. Like, I'm very moderately excited about it, not, like, super hyped.
I can see why they chose to do that, though, because they did the same thing with Hyrule Warriors, right? And that was a pretty successful game for them. You know, they sold a lot of copies, if I recall. I could be wrong. So it just makes sense to do the same with Fire Emblem Warriors. So I'm expecting it might... They already said holiday, though, right?
Yeah, it's coming out this fall.
Okay. So then I would expect like an October release date or something.
Yeah, I think the same. Their other game that I get the feeling they're gonna try to hype up is that Rabbids Mario crossover game, and who knows how that'll look or turn out. I'm gonna look at it and see what it's like before I judge it. But who knows? I think the game that would probably be best for the holidays is porting Smash. I hope they do that. I hope Smash comes out this fall. I feel like having Mario Kart, Splatoon, Smash, and 3D Mario, and Zelda, and a 3D Mario will make a really good holiday lineup for Nintendo. And of course, Fire Emblem Warriors, ARMS, Splatoon 2.
Here's the thing though, I think even if, like, whether a Smash port is coming or not, I think the Switch will do fine even without that game.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, like you said, they got Splatoon 2. They've already, re-released Mario Kart. They got that fucking awesome Zelda game, and they got a Mario game to boot, all in the same year. Like, that is a good line of games.
Yep. Yeah. My point is just that Smash Brothers would make a really good compliment.
Yeah, like icing on the cake.
It'd be a really good compliment to Kart, Zelda, and 3D Mario. For sure.
I do expect it to be at E3 with, probably like Ice Climber reveal. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm standing by that prediction that Smash will be at E3.
Okay.
They will show it.
Here's a question for both of you on that kind of factor. What would you rather see first come out for the Switch? The GameCube, Virtual Console? Or that Switch port?
GameCube Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, like, that would be way more worth it to me.
I want Luigi's Mansion, I want Path of Radiance, I want Sunshine, I want every single GameCube game that I've either stupidly sold to GameStop or just never got when I was a kid. I want it back.
See, for me, it's like, I like Smash a lot, but those GameCube games are so much more valuable to me.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. Smash already exists on the Wii U. I could go back to that at any time. Yeah. And it's definitely more common than any single GameCube game a first party GameCube game. So, yeah, I would rather have those. Because, like, I can't find that shit anywhere anymore.
And just having the factor of having games like Luigi's Mansion or Super Mario Sunshine on the go is really appealing to me.
Or Path of Radiance. Oh my
God. Path of Radiance. That'd be cool.
Just imagining that game on the go is fucking fantastic.
Do you think they would make another GameCube adapter for controllers?
I think they'd just make the current one compatible. Like, because the dock already has 2 USB ports that are exactly fitted for that GameCube adapter. So I think if they if they allow GameCube controllers to be used, they will just allow people to use the one they already have.
Okay.
Although I could totally see that happening, John. Just them going like, here's a completely different one that you need specifically for the Switch.
Yep.
What I could see them doing, honestly, is releasing Joy-Cons, cheaper Joy-Cons, that have those analog buttons on the top of them. The analog L and R.
Yeah.
Because the Switch don't have that. So I could see them releasing like a pair of $30 cheap Joy-Cons for the GameCube.
So basically, it's a GameCube controller just cut in half, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. I don't know, just that,
Yeah.
just like that image is kind of funny to me.
So is that it for your Switch adventure?
I guess.
Honestly, I don't have much to talk about this week. I think I'll save it for next week, because then I'll have a lot to say about the games I've been playing.
Yeah, you should talk about Mayro, though.
Mayro card?
Yeah, and how I schooled you.
Oh! Those are them fighting words, huh?
What a shame.
I'm a little nervous.
I'm using tilt controls.
Mario Kart is so much fun, though. I mean,
Yeah.
can't go wrong with it.
Is it fair to say that this is the best in the series?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, especially now that we have a proper battle mode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's got Villager in it.
Fucking
Like, how hard can you go wrong
Splatoon,
with
man.
that? Yeah.
All right.
Everyone thought I'd be playing as Link, but nope.
Yeah, I thought
Get
you
that
would. I thought
Villager.
you would too.
Okay, here's something for you to guess. I imagine that character's in Mario Kart 8. What do you think I play?
Ooh.
At least when I used to play Mario Kart.
Man. Who does John play?
Waluigi.
I can't stand him. I hate him.
Who?
Waluigi.
Oh, Waluigi.
The latest one I played was DS.
I take Rob. Rob
the robot?
No, I don't know. I just mixed up names there for a minute. I imagine John as a Yoshi player.
Ew. No.
Oh shit.
No, really. Okay.
What about Koopa Troopa? That's what I'm guessing.
I'm gonna look at the Mario Kart DS roster. We're gonna figure this out.
Koopa Troopa, right?
Nope.
God damn.
Man, that roster was really dead.
Princess Daisy.
Bowser.
Bowser was my N64 character.
Not your DS one.
Not my DS one.
Toad?
Nope.
Danky?
Luigi.
Mm-mm.
Donkey Kong, right?
No.
Wario.
No.
Dry bones.
There it is.
Oh.
What the fuck, man? I was half correct.
Half correct.
I said Paratroopa. That's pretty much the same thing.
Looking at this DS roster just makes me so depressed. Like, we've come such a long way.
Well, hey, man, they added your character to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, John, so now you can get that Switch and join us.
Yeah, John. No, John's got to get a new Nintendo 2DS XL. Get that Persona Q.
Oh, man. Sure.
Persona Q.
Though, I will say this, if there was ever a chance to play as Boo, I'd always pick Boo. Because that's who I always picked for Mario Tennis.
Well, you got King Boo.
Yeah, I noticed that. So I'll probably play him.
Well, my main is now Inkling Girl. Because Inkling Girl is, the best girl.
Mmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like the Inkling. The Inkling characters are cute.
Yeah,
and
they're cool.
I like cute things. So I play as cute
Same.
characters.
Like Villager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every chance that I would have to blow up the Villager, I would take it. I would fall back to last place just to
I knew you
blow
were
up
going
the
to say
Villager.
something about
Like,
the Villager.
Fuck the Villager.
Don't even talk smack about Villager, John.
But I
would blow him the fuck up.
I will say that
He's the cutest guy ever. Like, how
I would
could you
take off
not-
his nose and stab his heart.
I will say though that my that my main before the Inklings became playable characters was Expand Dong.
Expand Dong.
Yeah, DK. Like
John, here's my favorite picture of the villager.
What kind of creepy shit is this? Yeah.
Yep.
Just a creepy fucker.
He's so cute.
I like the one where he's got that I don't know. It's just like a look on his face where he's like, "Yep, I fucked him."
Well, you mean all the time?
Well, no, it's just this one in particular is just like, oh boy.
You mean this one right here, Joey? This one's kind of got a little look to him. Ugh. He's got that look of death on his face, like, I'm gonna get you.
No, it's kind of like he's like his face, like he's faced upward, like looking at the sky, but his eye is like focused on the center of like the picture, I guess. And he's just like,
so Joey, this is the best Mario Kart ever.
I am waiting for that Barney DLC. Yeah,
I know, right?
Oh god,
Mario Kart Double Dash just got a little bit more packed.
Oh shit, dude.
Our listeners have no clue what's going on.
I will say, you know, this picture Tyler did post it on Twitter whenever we raced, and I fucking lost my shit when I saw that. I freaking died.
Oh, the one with him in the car.
Yeah. Because there's just no, like, he didn't say anything. It was literally just, like, that picture. In response to what Rob said, he was like, boy, I sure wish that I could get my ass kicked by Tyler and Joey. And Tyler just responded to that fucking Barney picture. Oh my god.
Did you like the other tweet where it had the Luigi death stare and Barney looking like plotting?
Yeah. Oh my god. It's always fucking Barney.
Oh, Barney pictures are the best.
Out of context, Barney pictures are the best too.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
John might not agree with us.
Yeah, John definitely does not agree.
I think he's just gone.
That silence says a lot.
I'm here. I'm just pulling something together just to, well, sadly, when you go to my stuff, you're gonna have to suffer for a bit, Tyler.
Oh?
Because it's Overwatch stuff.
And Street Fighter mixed together.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
I was gonna say, though, like, every time me and Tyler just talk about Barney, I imagine, like, John just pulling out, like a crossword puzzle book or something. It's like, well, I guess I'll just do this while they're fucking talking about this shit.
These dank memes. I still get, I was like, I googled Barney car because I knew there's an episode of Barney where he drives a car. I was just looking for the most perfect picture and that one popped up and I was just like, yep, that's the one.
Oh god. But anyway, that's enough about me and my Switch stuff.
And Barney.
And Barney as well.
And Tyler saving his stuff for next week.
Yep. You got stuff, John?
Overwatch.
Oh, no. Oh, guess I'm doing a crossword puzzle.
It's Ogre now.
So, Joey.
Yes?
There was a leak of the next update that's happening.
I think I may have heard about this. Is it about, like, 3 potential characters?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm getting too ahead of myself then.
Yeah, that's far off. Long story short, it's PTR. It's the update to the characters. Buffs all over the place. Genji got buffed. Hanzo got buffed. Hanzo got buffed to the point that it's going to be nothing but Hanzo land. Orisa got buffed. Reaper got buffed. Ryan's Earth Shatter finally got nuked. Well, not nuked. It got properly balanced, and Soldier got nerfed.
Nerf this. Also, I don't want to interrupt this, but like, since we are talking about Overwatch, can I just mention this Arby's picture?
Oh yeah, with the teeth. Actually, Tyler should see that.
I've been just, yeah, I think so. I've been just waiting.
What am I in
the chance
for?
to talk about it? It's like, because you know how zany Arby's is on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Arby's is the best on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go.
There's your link.
The Mountain Dew is a great touch, I have to say.
Yeah. Game feel.
But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
Oh, and the name tag, yeah, it says Hana Song.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, so expect the next, whenever this update goes public, expect it to become Hanzo Land. He draws his arrows faster, and he can keep his charge while climbing. So you can full charge an arrow and then climb up and then shoot.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It makes him more viable.
It makes him kind of straight offense now. Like he's straight DPS now. And Arisa's barrier that she puts down cools down faster. Though her gun is her damage was reduced. So she's more of a tank.
Okay. I was going to say, because she really does do a lot of damage.
Yes.
Especially if you get those headshots.
Yeah.
You just see fucking people just falling.
And just one more, Reinhardt Earth Shatter got nerfed instead of I'm pretty sure you've experienced it many times. You're high in the air and an Earth Shatter, and it's like, why am I down from this high up? Especially if you play Pharah.
Yeah, I might have been in a situation like that.
Or
I would just be behind a wall and it gets me anyway. I'm like, oh, okay. So
they lowered the height of it.
Okay, but it will still be like a line of sight issue though?
Yeah, it would still do the line of sight. It'll still travel the same distance and kind of a cone shape that it does before.
Okay.
But the height thing was a big problem for a lot of people, and then they decided to nerf it. So Genji can now double jump it. He now jumps out of range, out of shatters.
And now he is a oh shit, what the fuck did we used to call it? I haven't been in the Overwatch game in so long. He is a hard counter to Reinhardt now.
Sure, we can say that.
Alright.
Oh, it's just a bunch of bug fixes.
I'm actually curious though to bring, because this was brought up whenever we were playing the past event, which we didn't really talk about this much, but nothing really to say about it. But there are some people like saying that there might be an anniversary event coming up at the end of May. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if there's any merit to it, but it's just been circulating around that, you know, they might do a 1 year anniversary event, and once they do that, we might get Doomfist finally, which, you know, everyone says shit like that all the time. I mean,
of course.
Yeah. So, but something else that a lot of people said was that we might actually be able to play all the past events from, you know, or play the PV, the whatever
PVs, Lucio Ball.
Yeah, essentially like the one gimmick of the event. Like you could go back and play all of them at the same time. So, like you said, Lucio Ball, we would have the Junkensteins, the May PvP,
the sucky one,
Capture the Cock. Though that became its own game mode, so maybe we would just like get those maps back or something. Yeah. And of course, the Uprising thing. Maybe that one's like, you already got a chance to do it, so fuck you. Like maybe they won't do that one. But it's kind of weird that they would do one so soon. I think one that they did like almost immediately after was the Chinese New Year event. So I mean, it could happen. It's possible.
It could be get more frequent updates.
Yeah.
But for character updates, I think they're still going to keep their pace. I'm not sure about Doomfist.
Yeah. If anything, though, I expect there to be like slide little hints of Doomfist coming, like how they did with was it for the Orisa update or the Sombra one, where they did those changes to Numbani.
That was for Orisa.
Okay, yeah, so I expect something like that again, maybe. Like, just saying, like, hey, he's coming, guys. But what do you think the next character will come out? I mean, I know this is kind of like a pointless thing to discuss, but I'm just curious to see what you think.
When?
Yeah.
Next BlizzCon.
Next BlizzCon?
Yeah.
Isn't that how they announced Anna? Was that BlizzCon, or...?
Sombra?
Yeah,
Sombra was BlizzCon.
Okay. But something else that I heard was that there were 2 other characters being talked about. And I don't remember their names offhand. One was named like Bria or something. And one started with an I. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I haven't heard a thing.
I think it's just... I want to say it was like characters that they had planned on releasing this year. I'm not sure. I don't even know if that's true. If there's any merit to that at all. But... it sounds like, if there is anything we could speculate, like maybe those will be the next characters that we get in order. But I don't know. But apparently, like, just a long story short, apparently there might be more characters after Doomfist, like 2 more at least.
Well, we'll see. I was
just saying we shall see.
Yeah. The only change that I really want from Overwatch right now is to get rid of the current class system and change it to DPS, tank, support, and I forgot what the last one would be. But basically get rid of what they have right now, so people stop going like, we don't have a defense, we don't have an offense. Like it doesn't work anymore, especially with like support class. Zenyatta's not support, he's DPS. Symmetra is not support, she is defense at best.
So you want that to be like rebalance back. Okay.
Yeah. Because it just becomes really bad when people are like still trying to use that system to balance what their team comp should be. And it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, like you could still have a support class, but make a separate one that's like purely healer. Like don't bunch them together. Because like there's pretty much just only like 3 healers out of the 5, and the other 2, like you said, are like support in the sense that like they provide some sort of like status.
Offense, defense, defenses, assistance to the other characters.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, that is kind of interesting to bring up, but yeah, I do agree with that. Like that is something that they kind of should address at this point. I'm not sure. Like, would you have agreed with it like during vanilla? Like when the game
No, vanilla is fine because they didn't have to rebalance the game as many times as they had now. But it's been a year, and all the rebalances means that like it's viable to do a triple tank team with 1 offense and 2 supports. Like, and you'll still have the prompts that are on the side saying like there's too many tanks or something like that. But it's not. It works.
Yeah.
So you gotta adjust so that people are more informed about either the meta or just how team comp can work. I also want them to be like, if the entire team goes DPS, like it just says, you're all fucking stupid.
It's ogre.
It's always those games, even at a higher level where you see people just go, Tracer, McCree, Soldier, Genji. It's like, oh, it's gonna be that kind of game. Oh, no one's switching. Oh, it's that kind of game.
Well, let me just spread my cheeks real wide.
Joey, check the chat real quick.
I already saw.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I found a bunch of them. I'll have to show you some of the ones I found. I found a lot of really good Barney pictures.
That's Tyler's crossword puzzle.
That's my crossword puzzle. Finding Barney pictures online.
Past Overwatch. I've been playing
Back to my crossword.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a good Capcom game. That's a nice thing to say for a fighting game that's under Capcom's name. I'm gonna eventually start modding it and really start to mess around with the game, but right now I've just been doing nothing but missions to train myself to know the combos. And like, I've been watching the game for years, but the context of what the combos do and how creative you can get with the gameplay doesn't mean anything until you actually put your hands on it. So now that I've got my hands on it, I now, like, as I'm going through all of the combos and tutorials, I'm going, oh, this makes sense now. Now I can see how this kind of thing works out, where this is going to be a small rant. The problem with Street Fighter V is that it leaves no room for creativity, which is something that you don't really hear about in fighting games, but in the fighting game world, people who are deep into it, that is a huge problem, where everything that is optimized is just the baseline. Like, what you learn from the start is pretty much what you only need to know. You don't need to know more than what they give you from the start. There isn't anything more tech to get. There isn't any more creativity to put into the game. There's no personality. When you see someone playing a certain character, you know how they're going to play. Period. There's no other way around it. You can't have someone, let's say in Street Fighter 4, play Guile and be really offensive with him, despite the fact that he's a charge character. It could work. It's been proven many times over. Or you can play Classic, where he's just a turtle, just sitting there, charging. Sonic booms, and flash kicks, and that's it. That's the problem with Street Fighter V. And playing this really opens me up, especially with the air combos and some of the stuff you could just put together just from knowing how the buttons basically work. It's a very simple game because it's just 4 buttons and assist. And I've been enjoying it. And I don't know how deep you went into it, Joey.
Not that deep.
As soon as I started hitting up the mission, especially with Hulk, who relatively is the simplest one to do it with, it's made me go, yeah, that's why I can do that kind of launcher into a dive kick into a launch and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's doing good for my fighting game soul while watching Street Fighter V be a piece of shit. It's a shame to me, because now, like, the first big game to really get on TV is Street Fighter V, and in terms of gameplay, there was nothing interesting about it, really. It all comes down to how the players play and react, which there is the reason why you have so many more people popping off after games and taunting to the camera and doing all kinds of stuff, because there's no personality in the game itself. It's just a fucking shame. I'm less angry with Street Fighter V and more just depressed and upset lately.
By the way, did you guys know that John doesn't like Street Fighter V?
I never would have guessed.
Oh man, spoilers, man.
Oh god, I'm sorry. I mean, I see your pain. I do.
It's a problem that a lot of, well, not a lot, a good amount of fighting games do have, but for echelons of a developer to do it with this big of a title is a disaster. And the best way that I could like relate to it to both of you for games is to say like, imagine playing, well, alright, but let me put it this way, and this is the best way I can put it. There's only one way to really play Final Fantasy 13, isn't there? Just press X. Just keep pressing X. And you don't have to really do menu navigation or anything else. You could just keep pressing X, maybe switch some classes, and that's about it. Just keep pressing X. That is what it feels like to play Street Fighter V. There's no room for you in Final Fantasy in an RPG to be creative with Final Fantasy 13. There's nothing. It's just highly optimized, streamlined all to hell. That's what Street Fighter V is. And they keep updating it to make it worse.
Will they learn? Oh wait, I've already asked this question. Never mind.
we all hope so for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We'll hope. Just hope. Lastly, yep. Persona 5. Of course, I'm still playing it.
I bought it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
got the Steelbook?
I haven't opened it yet.
Oh.
I'm not opening it until I get my final grades in for this semester. Once I get my final grades in, that's when I'll open it. Because that's when I can feel good about myself.
It's gotta feel good about myself.
Yeah.
Feel good.
And he got the swanky steel box edition.
Yeah, last one too.
I
was like, which one do I get? Do I get the regular edition? Because I typically don't like steelbooks. I'm not a big steelbook guy. But then it was like, well, there's a sleeve over the steelbook, so it won't get damaged. All right, I'll go with that.
Wait until you feel it when you pull it out. It is really nice feeling.
Okay.
But the more that I've been playing Persona 5, the more that I'm becoming more analyzing the game, bringing it down as much as I could and comparing it to the previous games, because I'm past the complete glaze of fandom for the game now. I'm at the point where I can actually kind of pinpoint every little aspect of it that I can, besides me just looking for every little detail of the game. And I've come to some weird conclusions that So as I was telling Tyler on the little side conversation, because I kind of want to do a review thing, but more of just as deep as I can possibly get, just a breakdown of the game and kind of not flaws, but problems with the game, especially when it comes to balancing. And it comes with, and I know, Joey, once you actually play through Persona 4 Golden, and I explain it all, like, you'll see a lot of this pretty clearly, because Persona 5 has so much new content added into it compared to the previous games. There was a lot of that. I could tell Atlas had a lot of problems with trying to balance what you do in the game and what can be broken. And that's besides how you can exploit enemies to get money. Like, that's almost nothing. It's every other aspect of the game in terms of how you get the social links or the confidence. How you raise your stats can be somewhat busted. And just general feel of the entire game. A lot of it, just to me, it's not as tight as it could be. And it's because they have so many new features in the game that I could tell this is the first time they've done it. Like, this stuff is not even in Catherine. This was just something that they came up with while developing this game and put it in. And it all runs really good. It all feels really good. It all flows together really nicely. But once I start to break it down, and it's going to be interesting to make this a video or whatever I'm going to end up doing with it. It doesn't stand up too well. It's the closest phenomenon I could relate to this to is going from GTA 2 to GTA 3. where you had you were at the top down Grand Theft Auto game that has almost no recognizable connection to Grand Theft Auto 3. But once they went to Grand Theft Auto 3, it is such a massive leap with so much more that you can do and so much more openness to the world and what you can do inside of it.
I think that's a good comparison, actually. Even though I haven't personally played Persona 4, but I do get that feeling that there is like much more to do in Persona 5.
It's a crazy how much more there is. And it just comes down to like they had the resources, they got more of the money to do it. I'm glad they have it. It really makes me look forward to whatever the 10 years from now the next game happens. They'll be able to really tighten up all the aspects of the game that they put into Persona 5 and make it even better for perfecting the craft, basically. But if you were to look at like I was saying, for example, Grand Theft Auto 3, as soon as you start to break that game down, it's kind of really busted. It is really busted. And it only stood the test of time because it was a PS2 game. It was a PS2 game at that time. This game won't have that kind of problem. It is still amazing and deserves all the praise that it's getting. And I would still rate it as of right now a 10 out of 10 pretty easily. But just out of my deep love for Persona and going through the franchise like I have, I can see the cracks. And it's interesting to look at. But otherwise, right now, I'm having trouble with the waifu wars.
Oh shit.
I'm struggling.
Me too, man. I was totally gonna go with Futaba.
Mm-hmm.
But now I was just like, I was getting more into Hifumi's. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What do I do? I'm like, no, I'm starting to fall for this one. Oh my god. Waifu. There's too many good ones. They're all good, dude.
I'll also say that for all the confidence, all of them have good stories. There's still one that I need to get to, and I'm feeling like this is the one that it's gonna go wrong, or I'm not gonna be as invested in. But every one of these characters' story and how they play out, it works. Every story is captivating in some way.
Yeah, I haven't seen one that I've really disliked.
Which Persona 4 has one that no one likes, and a half one that people always don't choose to go with. Persona 3 has multiple that people tend not to like.
Damn.
But that goes with whoever decides to play it. Like, it's up to them if they like it or not. It's a much simpler storytelling in that one. A lot more of the grit goes to the main story instead of the social links. But for this game, this is airtight storytelling across the entire way. There's not been a single slip up. I just need to get to the ending. I'm on the, I finished the 5th palace. And I'm getting to that point of the game where it's, reaching that climax. That climax of things about to get fucked up.
I think I just got to the 5th palace. Or I'm about to go.
Mm.
So I'm actually starting to fall behind a little because of Zelda Scrolls, because I mean, I've always been behind John, but usually it'd be like more neck and neck. Like, usually I would be at the same palace he was, but he would be a little further than me. So I'm starting to fall off a bit. I want to go back to the game because it is fucking amazing. I really do want to see all the other shit I just haven't seen yet, because there's just so much stuff that's building up, and not even just with the main story itself, but with, like we were saying, the confidants, and just seeing all those stories come together too. I really want to see all that shit.
Even the Memento stories. I'm still finding the side stories going into Mementos. And that's still nuts. Tyler. If he's still there, not doing crosswords.
He fell asleep.
I'm here. I'm just looking at other stuff right now.
Damn.
I'm listening though.
No, just the fact that these completely non-consequential NPCs that are just talking on the side of the road or just out there in the city doing nothing are having stories developing through their entire lives, and eventually they cross paths with yours in mementos. Like, I'm amazed. I'm amazed how well all of the storytelling goes, even for completely unessential characters that you don't even have to talk to them. You never have to talk to them to get the quest. Yeah. You could just end up helping them on your own personal missions and never talk to them once. But if you do talk to them on the side, and that's the reason why I keep telling Joey, like, I'm going everywhere that I possibly can almost every day and talking to people because I know there's more to find all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize, oh yeah, this girl that's a stalker. Yeah, her story's been developing and now she's gonna be in mementos. Holy shit. And then the aftermath of it, and now she's with that guy. Holy shit, it played out.
Yeah, just something you could completely miss. Has its own little storylines. That is actually kind of interesting. Like, it's something you didn't have to put effort towards, but you did anyway.
Not at all.
So, like, props to you.
Makes me feel good. No, I'm done. We could be done with this episode. We went way longer than I thought.
Yeah. 2 hours. Again.
No, we gotta cut out some of that, like, maybe 10 minutes worth.
10 minutes worth.
You can cut.
It can be that much.
You can
5.
Cut out that Overwatch stuff.
But we talked about a lot of important things.
I know it.
I would never do that. I would never do that. But anyway, I think that wraps it up for this episode of the Training Stage. Thank you all for listening. This has been episode 45. We're 5 episodes away from the big 5-0. Can you believe that? Might have something to share.
Things happening behind the scenes.
Episode 5-0.
Uh-oh.
Should be interesting. We, of course, are planning our E3 plans. We will have more on that soon. I don't know when, but that's coming up. Excitement.
Yeah. The summer's coming, man.
Summer's coming.
Hate the heat, but I love everything else about it.
Yep. Yeah. Time to catch up to our games.
Fucking
Even
movies.
though we got lots of good stuff.
Guardians coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
As of this recording.
I'm going to see it Monday.
I think I'm seeing it Monday too, actually.
I will probably see it Tuesday.
I have no choice but to see it Monday because I am busy with work.
Wait, I'm out of town Tuesday, so that's a no-go. Great.
You can listen to my review.
There we go. I could do that. Yeah. If there's Wi-Fi.
Oh,
better find it. Better make your own.
I'm bringing my Switch with me. Bring Mario Kart. I'll be fine. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, we'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Peace.
Goodbye.